Hello everyone! Welcome again to another edition of Storytime with Robbie. Hope you're all doing well. Today we are continuing with the Halloween themed books, and today I'm going to be reading you some spooky Halloween stories. So really hope you enjoy them. Today I'm going to be reading Scaredy Cat Splat by Rob Scotton. And I'm going to be reading you Room on the Broom by Julia Donaldson. And I will be reading you Fright Club by Ethan Long. And I'll be reading you Sir Simon by Cale Acheson. Hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Alrighty, everybody. The first Halloween spooky themed book I'm going to read today is Scaredy Cat Splat by Rob Scotton. Here we go. Mom cried, "Splat! There's a scary spider on my jack-o'-lantern. He's small and hairy with really funny eyes." Splat's voice wobbled with worry. "But you're small and hairy with really funny eyes," said his mom. Splat thought for a moment. "But I haven't got 8 legs," he replied. "If you had, maybe you'd be a scary spider too," teased his mom. Splat made a scary spider face. Splat's mom caught the spider under a glass jar. Splat looked closely at the spider. It didn't look so scary now that it was trapped. "Can I take the spider to school for Halloween?" asked Splat. "Well, we've all made jack-o'-lanterns and everyone is dressing up in costumes. And Mrs. Wimpy Dimple is going to tell a ghost story, and there's a prize for the scariest cat, and I want to be the scariest cat. So please, can I take the spider to school? Please," he added without taking a breath. "Okay," said his mom. "Where's your Halloween costume?" asked his mom. Splat pulled a broom from the closet and set it aside. "Aha! Look at me, I'm a scary witch's cat," cried Splat, racing around the kitchen. "You certainly are scary," said his mom. Then disaster struck. Splat tripped over his tail, and with a crack, the broom handle snapped in two. His scary witch's cat costume was ruined. "Now I've got nothing to wear," Splat groaned. Even Seymour couldn't console him. Splat's mom had an idea. She stuffed some old socks with scrunched up newspaper and tied it to Splat with string. "There," she said. Splat looked in the mirror and jumped back with a squeal. "Oh, I scared myself," he said. He looked again, and this time he smiled. "Look at me," he cried, waving his sock legs. "I'm a big, scary sock spider." Splat placed his jack-o'-lantern and spider on his wagon and set off to school. On the way, he met Spike, dressed as a mummy, and Plank, dressed as a skeleton. "They're pretty scary," said Splat. Seymour nodded and trembled a little. "But I'm scarier," said Splat. Splat made his scariest spider face and growled. "Grrr!" Spike and Plank didn't even blink. Instead, "Boo!" cried Spike. "Boo!" cried Plank. Splat yelped and jumped high in the air and landed in a heap. Aw, Splat sighed. Spike and Plank are both scarier than me. Seymour nodded and trembled a little bit more. I'll never win the prize for scariest cat, said Splat. The sock, spider, the skeleton, and the mummy continued on their way to school. In class, everyone showed their jack-o'-lanterns. Splat's jack-o'-lantern made everyone laugh. Aw, Splat sighed. I'll never win the prize for scariest cat. Seymour shook his head. Everyone placed flashlights in their jack-o'-lanterns, and Mrs. Wimpy Dimple turned down the lights and whispered in her best ghost story voice. In the dark, dark wood, there's a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there's a dark, dark room. In the dark, dark room, there's a dark, dark box. And in the dark, dark box, there's a ghost. Mrs. Wimpy Dimple cried. The class jumped with fright. Splat was so startled, his tail whispered around and sent his jack-o'-lantern spinning through the air. And what goes up must come down. Splat! Unable to see anything, Splat stumbled around the classroom. Woo! Everyone shrieked as the pumpkin head glared at them and made strange woo-wooing noises. Mrs. Wimpy Dimple turned on the lights and lifted up the wayward jack-o'-lantern. The shrieking turned to laughter as Splat fell out. Calm down, hushed Mrs. Wimpy Dimple. Now, class, who should win the prize for being the scariest cat? Splat! They all cheered. The end. Alrighty, everybody. The second story I'm going to read today is Room on the Broom by Julia Donaldson. Here we go. Here we go. The witch had a cat and a very tall hat and long ginger hair, which she wrote in a plate. How the cat purred and how the witch grinned as they sat on their broomstick and flew through the wind, but how the witch wailed and how the cat spat when the wind blew so widely it blew off the hat. Down cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the hat, but no hat could be found. Then, out of the bushes on the thundering paws, there bounded a dog with the hat in his jaws. He dropped it politely, then eagerly said as the witch pulled the hat firmly down on her head, I'm a dog as keen as can be. Is there a room on a broom for a dog like me? Yes, cried the witch, and the dog clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the fields and the forest they flew. The dog wagged his tail, and the stormy wind blew. The witch laughed out loud and held on her hat. But away blew the bow from her long ginger plate. Down cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the bow, but no bow could be found. Then, out from a tree with an ear-splitting shriek, there slapped a green bird with the bow in her beak. She dropped it politely and bent her head low. Then said, as the witch tied her plate in a bow, I am big, as green as can be. Is there room on the broom for a bird like me? Yes, cried the witch. So the bird fluttered on. The witch tapped the broomstick and whoosh, they were gone. Over the reeds and the rivers they flew. The bird shrieked with glee, and the stormy wind blew. They shot through the sky to the back and of beyond. The witch clutched her bow, but let go of her wand. Down cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the wand, but no wand could be found. Then all of a sudden, from out of a pond leaped a dripping wet frog with a dripping wet wand. He dropped it politely, then said with a croak, as the witch dried the wand on a fold of her cloak, I am a frog as clean as can be. Is there room on the broom for a frog like me? Yes, said the witch, so the frog bonded on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the moors and the mountains they flew. The frog jumped for joy, and the broom snapped in two. Down fell the cat and the dog and the frog. Down they went tumbling in a bog. The witch's half broomstick flew into a cloud, and the witch heard a roar that was as scary and loud. I am a dragon as mean as can be, and I'm planning to have witch and chips for my tea. No, cried the witch, flying higher and higher. The dragon flew after her, breathing out fire. Help, cried the witch, flying down to the ground. She looked all around, but no help could be found. The dragon drew nearer and, licking his lips, said, maybe this once I'll have witch without chips. But just as he planned to begin on his feast, from out of a ditch rose a horrible beast. It's tall, dark, and sticky, and feathered and furred. It had 4 frightful heads, it had wings like a bird, and its terrible voice when it started to speak was a yowl and a growl, and a croak and a shriek. It dripped and it squelched as it strode from the ditch, and it said to the dragon, buzz off, that's my witch. The dragon drew back, and he started to shake. I'm sorry, he spluttered. I made a mistake. It's nice to have met you, but now I must fly. And he spread out his wings. Then down flew the bird, and down jumped the frog. Down climbed the cat, and puke, said the dog. And thank you. Oh, thank you, the grateful witch cried. Without you, I'd be in that dragon's inside. Then she filled up her cauldron and said with a grin, finding something, everyone throw something in. So the frog found a lily, the cat found a cone, the bird found a twig, and the dog found a bone. They threw them all in, and the witch stirred them well. And while she was stirring, she muttered a spell. Iggity, zippity, zaggity, zoom! Then out rose a truly magnificent broom with seats for the witch and the cat and the dog, a nest for the bird, and a shower for the frog. Yes, cried the witch, and they all clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. The end. Alrighty, everybody. The third story I'm going to read today is The Fright Club by Ethan Long. Here we go. It was the night before Halloween when Vladimir called one last Fright Club meeting to go over Operation Kitty Scare. Quiet, everyone, quiet. We have a lot to do. Fright Club tonight. The 3 traits of highly successful monsters. Ghoulish faces, scary moves, chilling sounds. Suddenly, there was a knock, knock, knock at the door. Vladimir peered out the peephole. Ow! Look! An adorable little... Oh, aw! Look! An adorable little bunny! The bunny had no time for small talk. May I join Fright Club? You in Fright Club? That is such a cute idea. But I'm afraid Fright Club is for monsters only, not Shoo. And the bunny hopped away. Vladimir got back to business. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. So, who's been practicing their ghoulish faces? Number 1, ghoulish faces. 2, scary moves. 3, chilling sounds. Blah, blah, went Virginia. Piff, went Sandy. Wazza, 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 went Fran. Vladimir just shook his head. Those faces wouldn't scare a daddy. Long legs. Why haven't you been practicing? I've been practicing. Everyone gathered around Mumford. 1, 2, 3. Pop! Boring. Then there was another knock, knock, knock at the door. What do you want? My name is Francis Fox, public attorney. My client states that you denied her inclusion in your so-called Fright Club. That's because Fright Club is for monsters only. Of course, that's exactly monsters only. Why? Because only monsters are frightening. Of course, that's exactly why. Goodbye, slam. Vladimir tried to refocus. Does anyone have any scary moves? Oh, I do. Yeah, me. The monsters definitely had some scary moves, but not in the way Vladimir had hoped. Bam, bam, bam went the door. Hiss, moan, boo. We can scare too. Hiss, moan, boo. We can scare too. Boo, no fair. Vladimir slammed the door behind him. What are we going to do? Nothing. If you ignore cute little critters, they'll eventually go away. But the critters did not go away. Nonin, crackle, crackle, cackle, cackle, cackle. Woo, blah, blah, blah. Now may I join Fright Club? Yeah! Me too, and me! Yes! monsters make ghoulish faces. Grrr, grrr. Whoosh, scary moves. Whoosh, and chilling sounds. Cackle, cackle, cackle. Cackle, cackle, cackle. And when it comes to scaring, the more the monster. Clap, 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 clap. And so when Halloween arrived, Fright Club was ready. Vladimir was sure that Operation Kitty Scare would be just good. It would be scary good. Grr, ooh, ooga booga, whoosh, boo, rah, cackle, 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 blah, blah, blah. That. Alrighty, everybody. The fourth story I'm going to read today is Sir Simon by Sir Simon Super Scare by Cale Acheson. Have you ever seen a ghost? Okay, I don't want to freak you out or anything, but boo! It's okay to be scared. Scaring is what I do. I'm a professional, you guys. Check out my business card. Sir Simon Super Scare. Ghostest with the mostest. I haunted and scared all sorts of things. I haunted a forest once. Do you know how hard it is to scare a bear? It's hard. Boo! I've haunted a boat and a bus stop. Boo! Things I bet you didn't even know could be haunted. Boo! 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 And by the way, those things are guitar, little kid, pizza, and rock. The good news is I'm being transferred to a house, my first haunted house. The bad news is a haunted house calls for more ghost chores. Oh, you don't know what ghost chores are? Well, let me tell you, they're the worst. Have you ever woken up late at night to stairs creaking? Ever seen a light flicker or maybe heard a door slam? Well, those things aren't happening by themselves. Us ghosts have strict schedule for chores. Stomping in the attic, hiding and moving things around, flushing the toilets, standing creepy in the window wearing old-timey clothes. Once I finish my chores, I can get back to doing what I want to do. You don't think I just float around saying boo all the time, do you? Boring! I have a life outside of being a ghost. You know, well, afterlife, I'm into a bunch of things. Cross-stitch, learning French. Bonjour, je suis Simon Le Phantom. I'm even writing a thrilling novel. Anyway, here's the best part about this gig. Rumor has it that grandparents are moving into my house. Old people, pro, slow, or sleep all the time. Con, none. Babies, pro, cutish. Con, loud and fart a lot. Teenagers, pro, totally distracted. Con, Boring. Adults, mostly too busy to see us. Con, awake late at night. Kids, pro, none. Con, too curious. Preteens, easy to scare. Con, very noisy. In the pyramid of haunting old people are tops. Oh look, here they are. Yes, that's one cookie baking grandma, if I ever seen one. I got to get a closer look. The great thing about grandparents is that they don't usually see us ghosts. We can totally slack off. Isn't that right, Grandpa? A kid, a ghost. Wow, a real ghost? I'm Chester. I just moved here with my grandma. Can you fly? Do you eat ghost food? I know ghosts were real. My grandma said it was all my imagination. It must be so fun to float around scaring cats and monsters. Do you sleep in a coffin? Through walls? Hey ghost, can I be a ghost with you? Okay, first of all, don't call me Ghost. It's Simon or Sir Simon Spookington. Secondly, Cheddar. It's Chester. I don't have time to play Ghost with you. I've got a ton of chores to get done, and no one else is going to do them for... Wait a minute, Chester. I think you would make a top-notch ghost. Really? Yep, I can tell you these things. I have special ghost senses. Come on, let's get you set up. Neat pictures. Hey, put that down. Cool. Is that your ghost space? Don't touch anything. Do you do spooky cross stitch? You're tangling the threads. I can't hide these feelings any longer, Dr. Darrington. That's a work in progress. Listen, the first part of being a ghost is you need to look like a ghost. Scary. Nope. Scarer. Sort of. Now. Yes. Well, no. Yeet. Too scary, Simon. Oh, right. Spooky. Super spooky. All right, Ghost Chester. Here's your fun activity schedule. Oh man, so much good stuff there. You're so lucky. Wish I could do all this. Simon, you genius. All night to do what you want and no ghost chores. First activity is spooky animal sounds. A ghost classic. You need to let out your scariest of animal sounds in the vent. No time like the present. Chop, chop, bye. All right, let's do this. Dr. Darrington narrowly avoids the laser death ray. Moo! He jumps out of the way. Moo! Just in time before moo! What are you doing? Spooky animal sounds? Since when is a cow spooky? Spooky and cow do not go together. No ghost cows. Gotcha! Oink, oink, oink. It's not dancing in the attic, it's stomping. Hoo, boy. Hey, occupied. I said flush the toilets, not use them. Ghosts don't wave at squirrels. You're supposed to be banging pots and pans. Bunnies aren't scary. I said spooky music. Too friendly. You can call that floating. Simon, what now? I'm getting really tired. How about just one more? Simon. Oh, but listen, you love this one. Chain rattling. Simo, you can take a ghost nap after stair creaking. Clonk. Hey, fallen sounds aren't for an hour. Oh, sleeping on the job. Well, I guess that's it for Ghost Chester tonight. Hey, I haunted a ukulele just like this one. Oh, cool. Check out these rad comics he made. Look like Chester gets transferred a lot, just like me. Okay, I know what you're thinking. I should feel bad for tricking Chester into doing all my chores. Well, I don't. I mean, he wanted to be a ghost. If anything, I should be given a medal. The award for most genius ghost. Simon, the genius. What? Stop looking at me like that. Fine. I feel bad, okay? Hey, Chester. Hey, Simon. Are you here to haunt our dishwasher? Nah. I thought since you sort of helped me with my ghost things last night, I could help you with your human things today. Well, I did need to vacuum. Hey, where'd you go? Oh, and I have to do laundry. You probably don't want those on your head. Human chores are crazy, you guys, and I thought ghost chores were tough. That goes in the trash can. Dishes can't go through walls. Maybe we should get the vacuum out again. I said tidy, not Heidi. Simon. Chester isn't the best at being a ghost, and I'm not so hot at being a human. But it turns out we're both pretty good at being friends. Do not enter. Mellors, Amos, Portogers. Moo! Sir Simon and Chester, super scarers. Ghostess with the mostest. Diane. Alrighty, everybody. Really hope you enjoyed the spooky Halloween stories today. Thank you so much for watching and for joining me again. It's always a pleasure being with you and reading to you. Please comment on the video as always and let me know what you think of the pics. I always like to hear your feedback. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will see you here on the next edition of Story Time with Robbie. I will see you then. Bye.